Okay, David, firstly, everything that could have gone right on Sunday pretty much did. I mean, good performance, a clean sheet, 3-0, and the fans were excellent, and it's 3 games out of 4 in December at home that we've won. What was your assessment?
Yeah, look, if you win any game 3-0, there's lots gone right. I'm never going to be happy. I'm actually a glass half full kind of guy, but I'm always going to demand more. And there were 1 or 2 bits that we didn't do very well, but there's plenty that we did do well. And in the end, you know, we've won the game comfortably against a good team. It's, you know, 3 weeks ago everyone said, no, we're not very good. We haven't beat anyone in the top 7, and now we've beat half of the teams in that top 7. If you take us out of it, so we know we're on the right track. I thought the crowd was excellent. You know, I thought the atmosphere was fantastic. It was reminiscent of the last half an hour against MK Dons last year, the Bradford game earlier on the season, and we want to be able to create more of them atmospheres, more of them games. We've put ourselves in a decent position to do that. You know, we've got 2 big games next month at home, and I hope that the fans come and get behind us like they did on the 29th. I don't even know what day it was, but yeah, because it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference to the players, and you can see that I think anyone who sort of was in, you know, doing this time last year, can see we've made undeniable progress, and we want to take everyone with us, and the fans are a huge part of that. And hopefully that if there's any naysayers or you know, laggards and late adopters to what we're trying to do, I hope that they're finally realising that they're in a minority and we're all heading in the right direction, because right from the owners through Polly, through other staff, the players, we're trying our best for this football club, and we're trying to do the right thing for the football club and the community. And if we do that, then hopefully we'll have more days like we did a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Goals from 2 centre halves as well, which I'm sure you're very pleased with. And you said before that you know, we don't have that out and out goal scorer up top, but you're happy that we're getting goals from everyone's chipping in, really.
Yeah, it's not that we haven't got an out and out goal scorer. I'd certainly class Danny Rose as that. I'd say Justin, you know, with continuous run would do that. You know, Raquel and Donovan have been good when called upon. You know, so it's not as if we haven't got that. We're just not reliant on that. I think that's the difference, and that's a purposeful thing. You know, you can look back at my crew teams. You know, I think there's only 1 year in 5 that somebody got 15. That's fine, because that means that everyone else has got to score. So, you know, I want my wide forwards to be scoring 8 to 10 minimum. You know, I think Jason's that. I was 4th, for example. You know, got to get more out of Jaden Luca. But if he gets assists and goals, that's fine. You know, Jordan Davis can get more out of him. Greenie. You know, that's why your Greenies, your Evs, your Jordan Davis are so important, because it's not then reliant on one player. You know, you only have to look at Port Vale. Their top scorer is Stockley with 4, which means that they've probably scored lots of goals elsewhere, but not too many, if you like, because they haven't scored that many. Whereas we have, I think we're in the top 5 or 6 of the league for scoring goals, and that's got to continue. If that continues, then you know, whoever plays, whatever formation we play, however we're trying to score goals, then you've got a chance of winning the game because of that mentality, that ability to score goals across the team. It also makes you much harder to stop. Obviously, I mean, 7.5 chip in as well is really helpful. 2 really well taken goals for various reasons. You know, the fact that Cam got there, the fact the ball in was unbelievable, and Doug's was a terrific header from a decent ball from Denver. So, you know, that's what we want. We want goals from everywhere, whoever we call upon, however we want to play, to get the goals, and we did that on the 29th.
Potentially, you might not look at it this way, but you made 2 substitutes and they both scored as well. So that's also it's great that people are coming on with that desire and chipping in with goals as well.
Yeah, look, it's certainly not about me. That's the first thing. it's about the players. It's always about the players and fans. All I ask when players go on the pitch is that they try their hardest and they try and take on the bit of instruction for the reason why they're going on, which can vary obviously from game to game. It does vary from game to game. I thought the change helped us. You know, they had the majority of the possession in the second half, first 20 minutes of the second half. I thought when we did change shape, I thought it helped us. I thought Greeny's energy, because Jordan had sort of run his race a little bit, probably had another 5 or 10 minutes, but it was a good time. I thought Doug, the calmness of Doug and the extra presence helped. And I thought Jason was outstanding when he came on the pitch for his energy levels alone, and he didn't half help Rosie up top because we were struggling to get out at one point. And then obviously I thought the next 10 minutes, after 65 minutes onwards, I thought the next 10 minutes was a bit more even. Then we scored, it's done and dusted. And I thought we saw the game out really comfortably after that. So it helped this week. It doesn't always work like that. And you know, you say, it's about the players. It's always about the players. And whatever we ask of them, I hope that they take it on board and we get the best out of them, because it's my job to get the best out of the players. The human beings, make them better. I think one of the big things from this season, this year, 13 months since I've been here, is that the players have improved. Hell of a lot of players have improved. And that's down to the players. You know, I can take a horse to water, you know, but they've got to want to learn, take on board, be engaged. Yes, I've got to make it engaging, the staff have got to make it engaging. But we all know that we've got players who want to improve, you know. Have we got anyone with a fixed mindset? Yeah, maybe, but not that many at all. Not that many at all. And if we keep improving, well then we'll keep winning games of football, because we'll keep getting better.
Yeah, and next up, Accrington as well, and sort of at the other end of the table. We played them earlier in the month, didn't we? And again, that was a day that you'd want to sort of repeat a performance like that. I mean, 5 goals is always great, isn't it? Yeah,
I think there's context to that. You know, they were missing their 3 forwards, you know, that day. I think that's, you know, Walton, Wally and Costello were all missing, which helps. Without a shadow of a doubt, it helps us. It gives us an advantage. So at least 2 of them will be back. It changes the dynamic of the whole game. But at the same time, we know that if we play like we played earlier in the month against them, then we'll give them a real good game. That's the challenge. You know, there's no point in beating Port Vale and then rocking up at Accrington and not performing. You know, we're in the middle of a real tough run of games physically. You know, so it's all about recovery, resting, taking on board the information, doing it right, and then turn up and hopefully get another 3 points, because that's a big part of it as well. You know, we've had 2 home games, we've now got 2 away games, so we've got to make sure that we continue what we've started in this festive period.
Yeah, it's definitely a high pressure game, I think, for us and for them as well, for different reasons, and they haven't won in their last 7. They haven't won since sort of mid-November. So, yeah. Would you say the pressure's more on us, or would you say the pressure's more on them?
See, I've said this before. I think the pressure's for 2 things: tyres and barometers, and that's it. You know, I said to the lads often, if you feel under pressure, the only pressure you're putting on is what you're putting on yourself. It's not about pressure. That can affect mental state a lot. Do your job, do what you're good at, do what you're capable of, work your socks off. Everything else will take care of itself after that. You don't need to worry about occasion, the table, points, anything like that. Can you pass the ball from here to there? Can you run from here to there? Can you do the things that we practice together? You know, everything else will take care of itself. You know, and that's not me trying to downplay anything. That's just how it is. That's facts. They're not. It's not baloney, if you like. That's the truth. So we've just got to make sure that we put everything like that into perspective, and beat a decent Accrington team. You know, they are. I think they're in a false position because they've got some good players. We caught them on a good day this month, and I hope we catch them on another good day for us. I think it'll be a much tougher ask, but at the same time, I've got full belief in the players that we can go and get another 3 points.
Perfect. And lastly, I know you mentioned it before, reflecting back on your year, it's New Year's Eve today. If you take a wide look back at the whole year, what are your main takeaways of how we've improved as a team and what you expect coming into 2025?
I think, from my point of view, I knew that it wouldn't be plain sailing, and it's still not going to be plain sailing. But at the same time, I think it's undeniable the progress we've made. But there's still a long way to go. We're halfway through a season. I've had 2 recruitment windows. The first one, which was upon us straight away with very little prep, with a new process that wasn't developed or anything like that at all. Then in the summer we developed it a bit more and it helped a bit more. And now we've got a further refined process. So I think when you put all them things, just that in itself is progress. When you put in the fact that we've tried to turn a big ship round, this football club, you know, it's spent more years in the Championship than League 1 and League 2 combined. You know, it's easy to say we shouldn't be at this level. Well, we are, and we're being lower. Well, that's not good. You know, and I'm pretty certain most younger fans of this football club haven't seen success in the Football League, which needs addressing, and we're trying our best to address it. I think anyone who's stuck with us in this last 12 months will see that we've turned the ship round. I think we're facing in the right direction now, and it's now how fast the boat moves. You know, we don't do anything that stops the boat. That was the old Jürgen Grobler, you know, the rowing head coach who won all the medals with Redgrave and Pinsent. Does it make the boat go faster? Well, we do things to try and make the boat go faster, and that's every day. You know, whether that's training. Why are we doing this? Will this help us, or are we just filling time? Because there's no point in filling time. You know, you've got to be engaged. It's really important. Our heads in the game every day to improve, because that's when it'll be needed. It'll be needed in the game, and you've got to then have that memory recall, if you like, and that skill acquisition. That's what we try and do. And I think if you look back over the course of the year, I think anyone can see that has improved as a squad, as a team, as individuals. So hopefully we'll have if we have a continued progress in 2025 like we have in 2024, it should make for a good year.
Brilliant. Thank you, David.
Thank you.